saw them out lining the street today, Janice, I was walking on Bay, and the two ladies that work in Jason's office were out there lining the street, getting ready for the.
Yeah, for everybody, yeah.
Yeah. I said, be careful, don't get run over. It's like, like it's, people are flying, and they're out there with their little, yeah.
Okay, we're live. Just so
Thank
you
you.
know, we're live.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Just when I said it.
Thanks for the warning. I didn't see you come in.
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
Board of Public Utilities. Hey, Walt, this is what you emailed me. Well, not you.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't recall seeing that. Oh, okay.
Bubba Louie,
This is what it is.
Yep.
Quick Straw, and Bubba Louie. Wasn't Bubba Louie the little donkey from Quick Straw?
Quick Draw McGraw?
I don't
Oh,
know.
Gosh,
Was it?
Louie?
Bubba Louie.
could be.
Call Sheldon Bubba Louie. Bubba Louie emailed this to me already.
Okay.
There is an advantage for emails. Yeah. Let me honest tell you, look at this stuff.
It's a big package.
Public speaking or?
No, at the end of the,
The end of the serve?
and then you get up and, introduce yourself. Hello.
Hi, Howard. How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Hey, Howard. I know, it's been a while.
Oh, yeah, it takes time.
How you doing, all right? Yeah, doing all right. Chuck will talk to that from EDAC, that's the quarterly update. Oh, okay, good. Stuff that guys when he gets here.
Any meeting that's it, I like to remember.
Right, or what was said, or, yeah.
Everybody keeps voting for us.
Sure you
Every day it
do.
comes across my thing to vote for.
Figure out that was, but I haven't.
Nice.
That.
Yeah.
Then if I vote too early, it tells me I have to wait 2 hours.
A new computer, my computer at home. It's like an antique. So, I don't know if I'll go out and do
Yep.
that though.
But,
I bought a Mac, I do have.
Yeah.
The small laptop.
yeah.
That took me a while.
It's weird. Sometimes I'll get like 11 hours, sometimes 15. I'm like, I don't know what
Right,
algorithm.
do it right away.
I can't figure it out. No, no. Every day when I get up, I get my coffee, and then I hit the thing and vote.
You're talking to somebody that doesn't know anything.
What's that for? What, vote for the beach council? Beach council? Yeah. I try to do it as often as I can. Yeah. Mine comes up as a reminder every day when I get up. That's a good idea. Yeah, and then I go on,
I got one.
look at. But I said to Rick, sometimes it says it's 19 hours to vote, other times it's 11, and I'm voting it. I can't figure it out. Right.
So we're just gonna go right into
Yeah,
these two resolutions.
open the one, 10, I need to read that, and then 94 is the actual budget. So the budget is really a resolution. It's the only resolution that has 2 readings.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you'll open for, public portion for those 2 resolutions, and then I'll do 110, and then 94, you can just refer to,
So that's after the public hearing?
well, right here,
Yeah, we do that, and then it's,
and then read the budget by title only, and then you could ask him to speak for the public hearing. you know, you can open the public hearing, ask them to speak first.
So I'm opening,
You're doing a resolution.
right, but why am I opening the public here, or just, it seems kind of,
I know.
because if they have questions about the
Hello?
budget,
Then he'd be here to answer it. I mean, you're supposed to, I mean, you don't have to, but it says public portion, or just for them to have any comment on 94
Right.
and 110, but if they say something about the budget, say, well, we're going to open to the public for that. And
all right, but that's all those two are about.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to open it up
And then
about
open it
these
up.
two things, but I can't answer your questions until.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, so we'll just
So
go
start
right
with
into,
the-
you'll read,
Resolution 110. Mhm.
and then,
How are you doing?
And then you can open for public hearing.
we vote.
Yes.
Where are you going with that? I want to get it developed because we've got like 20 to 25 people when I post something on Facebook saying, so I'd like to get 2 of them done at least.
Oh, yeah,
And then the other thing I'd like to talk,
yeah, 3 different things here.
we should take the new senior off of there because people are asking for shuffles, which is point the senior.
Right.
So we just hope the community.
Right.
And the other one I wanted to
This is-
see if we could do is
this is-
start some walking.
Right.
So I'm gonna meet with them on Monday.
Yeah, okay.
Those 3 times.
Hey,
In Lebanon, I walk them. I walk with a councilman or a mayor.
yeah.
Dennis.
Hi. Hey,
Maybe set something up.
sure, that would be good.
Yeah, but on that side of town, I just,
Okay, okay.
we don't oftentimes have a lot going on. So we try to do something like that. So I have a meeting on Monday with Doug to cover off on that. But I think you're making it to the community, so I might take that
Yeah.
connotation if you have to be a senior to be there.
Because there appears to be, I drive by the quite
There's a lot of things going
activity
on there. Yeah, a lot more.
And a lot more than just senior stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I would believe.
Yeah. But that was funny, when I threw the shuffleboard out there, people said, well, do I have to be a certain age? Or can I be younger? It's like, wow, that's interesting.
You could start shuffleboard tournament.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
How many
thought,
were actually out there? 4?
5.
5? There's 5 out there?
Yeah, 5 that I could tell. Yeah, to give these 2 clones to be back. I just try to replay through.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, we could talk about. So, yeah, that's where I was headed with all of
I
that.
think it's a good idea. Yeah, support that.
So they'll have that.
Are we doing the shovel or still got volunteers or?
Yeah, I'd be happy
I
to.
like to do that one.
No, I mean, I'd be happy if you wanted, you know, like if people wanted to use it, you need somebody to open it, you know.
Sure.
I'd put
Jason.
3 blocks to it, you know.
This is my imagination.
If I'm not around, my wife's around, she can,
As much as I can be, I'd like to.
yeah, yeah. I just think it's a, you know, it's a good, easy sport, great way to meet.
Working
You've
out.
got people asking for it.
Yep,
You know, even if it only lasts a year or two, it dies. So what?
Gets
It's
people
like
out.
everybody gets screwed out.
I feel a little cold. Did you bump the temperature up?
So we marked up the tennis courts
Yeah.
to make pickleball. Hardly anybody uses it.
yeah. I see
Yeah, the arrow right
like
there.
use it in the fall, it seems like, but that's,
Yeah.
but it, you know, so, you
See,
know,
I thought if it really went, took off, pickleball for the tennis. And that's that's wired for lights,
Yeah.
but we never put it in. But if we got that kind of demand, we were gonna put the, but let's put the lights beside what that demands.
The other thing is, if the shuffleboard works, I'd like to be able to maybe put a horseshoe pit back there.
Yeah, you don't think it got that slide.
Yeah, that's true.
And we'd have to check with,
Yeah, I could do cornhole though, right, if I brought my cornhole set over.
Sure.
You know, because nobody's gonna get, cornhole back.
Exactly.
But I was just thinking, different things to use.
Now, my opinion, that needs to be pushed.
No, I mean, it's just asking.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe pick like Wednesday morning for a group and Wednesday evenings for a group, so it's only, we all know it's Wednesday, so something like that.
Sounds good.
I don't need all that.
I feel you.
The shuffleboard court's redone over by the senior center back there, just people have been asking. I threw something out on Facebook, and the first day I had over 20 people asking, hey, yeah, I'd be willing to do it.
They need painting or what?
They just need to be resurfaced and repainted.
Yeah, the surface is key.
Yeah,
It's gotta be a
it's gotta be smooth. And we still have the equipment, so.
Put sand in there with bocce. It's easier to take care of.
Years ago, we put a bocce ball court down at Kennedy Park,
Yeah.
and that lasted for about 3 months. And the people just,
Nobody
and
played.
then it became a trip hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
With these allergies, I'm losing my voice again. All right, no thanks. Drink some water when I get home. Yeah.
2-page resume. Hey, it's great. Great. Good, you get what you want. It's supposed to. Make it look like a story.
No, did you close it?
It wasn't all the way in for this one.
Gotcha.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
This meeting is called to order. Would everyone please rise for the flag salute?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Havercorn?
Present.
Councilmember Owen?
Here.
Councilmember DePamphlis?
Here.
Councilmember McCary?
Here.
Councilmember McGuigan?
Here.
Councilmember Dill?
Here.
Council President Johnston?
Here. Also present is Mayor Tapp, Administrator Frost, City Clerk Samuelson, City Solicitor Smith, City Engineer Snyder. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided. The agenda for this meeting is posted in City Hall and on the city's website, summerspointgov.org. Okay, welcome everyone. We're going to start with the budget tonight, so we'll just start with resolution number 110, please.
Resolution number 110 of 2024, read budget by title only, whereas NJS 40A 4-8 provides that the budget be read by title only at the time of the public hearing if the resolution is passed by not less than a majority of full governing body, providing that at least 1 week prior to the date of the hearing, a complete copy of the approved budget as advertised has been posted in City Hall, and copies have been made available by the city clerk to persons requiring them. And whereas the city clerk affirms hereto that these two conditions have been met, and whereas City Council hereby declares that at least 1 week prior to the date of the hearing, a complete copy of the approved budget as advertised has been posted in City Hall and posted on the city's website. Also, copies have been made available by the city clerk to people requiring them. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Summers Point that the budget shall be read by title only.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 110 is adopted. Before we do the public hearing, I'm going to ask Mr. Costello to just come up and give an overview of our budget.
Thank you. Sure. Thank you. So tonight's the public hearing, which we can field any questions that the public has about the budget. The budget is the same budget that we introduced. We made no changes to it, and unless somebody has a proposed amendment, this is the one we'll be presenting. The state has reviewed this. They've accepted it. We're clear to go with no changes to it at all. And to summarize where we are, and it's the same budget as we had before. It's a 1.4 cent tax increase, only $91,000 of additional tax we're raising. We are way under both caps. We're under the spending cap by $290,000, we're almost under $900,000 under the levy cap. So those two laws that pertain to municipalities were well within. Your fund balance is stable. We had what I would call one of the ugliest budgets last year, all over the state, not just Summers Point. And we're back stabilized again. Everything's in good shape. It's a budget that you should be very happy with, and I'll be answering any questions anybody has.
Okay, thank you. Resolution number 94? Okay. I just need a motion to open for, to the public for public hearing and adoption of our municipal budget. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Havercorn?
Yes.
Councilmember Owen?
Yes.
Councilmember DePamphlis?
Yes.
Councilmember McCary?
Yes.
Councilmember McGuigan?
Yes.
Councilmember Dill?
Yes.
Council President Johnston?
Yes. We're now open for public comment on the budget. If anyone has any questions or comments, please step up to the microphone and state your name for the record.
Motion to close the public portion on the budget.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed for public hearing. Now we'll do
Motion to
a motion to adopt. Could I have a motion to adopt the budget, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
And may I have a, does anyone have any comment?
Yeah, Council President, I would just like to take a moment to thank Mr. Costello and the administrative staff and the department heads of the city for working so hard to make, even though we spent a lot of time to make the budget committee operation very easy, okay, and it was a good year, and I just want to thank everyone who participated in putting this budget together. Thank you.
Madam President?
Yeah.
I would also like to second that, particularly our CFO, as well as our business administrator, really sink their teeth into the details of this year after year, and as you know, we all become more experienced. Like Mr. Dill said, it's never easy, but it's getting we're getting better at it. Let's put it that way. It's coming together, the way it should be, and decisions are made, and with Mr. Costello's guidance, it's we're in good hands at this point. Thank you.
I will also comment that I agree with,
If I'd like to say something.
that we do have a lot of good guidance with our administration and with Mr. Costello, and they make us understand what to do and what we have to do and what we can do, so it's not an easy task, and we started very early this year, which we should do every year. And I think it went pretty well, so. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, as mayor, I am absolutely thrilled with this budget. I mean, the hard work that everyone puts into it, and it's a budget where we don't lose any city services, which is number one. But number two, this budget not only takes care of this year, but the vision for the next 5 years. So instead of just going from year to year, it's like, in this budget, all right, what's going to happen next year? We know what contracts, we know this, we know that. Let's try to anticipate some of that, why we have the opportunity, and they did do that. And I fully support this budget 100%. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember DeCampolis?
Yes.
Councilmember Owen?
Yes.
Councilmember Habercorn?
Yes.
Councilmember McCary?
Yes.
Councilmember McGuigan?
Yes.
Councilmember Dill?
Yes.
Council President Johnston?
Yes. Okay, the 2024 budget is adopted. Thank you, everyone, for all your hard work. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Go get that ice cream.
Yes, you did.
Good night.
Okay, communications. Mr. Frost, do you want to?
Sure. So we had a meeting with the ACUA, I guess it was in March 27th. We had some members of council there as well as the mayor, and representatives from the Department of Works as well. So historically, we've had 2 collections that have occurred if you're a commercial business in town. ACUA is contractually obligated to do one of those collections. They've gotten to the point where they don't have the resources anymore to do the 2 collections. So basically, they put us on notice that after this year, as of December 31st, they're not going to be able to provide that second pickup. And it's really relevant during the summer months, so we do have a little bit of time once we get through this year for those businesses to kind of make arrangements for summer 2025. Still not great news, but at least we have a little bit of a heads up, and we know that it's coming. We have talked to the ACUA and tried to work through different alternatives to see if they can keep that second collection. But it doesn't seem as if it's a proposition that they're willing to move forward with. No matter what.
That second collection was more of a courtesy, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. It was a courtesy that built up over time from a handful of businesses to dozens of businesses. And it's not just Summers Point specific, it's all over the county. They've gotten to the point where it's just not feasible for them to continue to do that.
The major issue is staffing.
Correct.
Because municipalities, including our municipality, offered to subsidize the pickup, and we couldn't do that because of the fact that that's not the problem. The problem is staffing for the
Right.
utility.
Right, we tried to, we discussed, potential financial concessions and things for that, but it wasn't something that they'd be willing to do.
Yeah, they gave us the impression they just can't do it. They don't have the manpower, and they don't have, they did suggest a couple options, maybe if a business has room for a second container or a third container or however many that they need to get them through.
Yeah, the 2 biggest options,
Yeah.
right, is, trying to adjust the container capacity that we want, and we would, have the business work with the ACUA on that. And then you can contract with an additional hauler for that second pickup. But obviously that wouldn't be covered under the standard ACUA pickup.
Right. And
So we're going to be reaching out to the businesses probably towards the end of the summer, just to, give them an additional notification of this, and we can see if there's any other alternatives that we can come up with between now and then, but, we want to get out in front of it. It's really something that's relevant for summer 2025, but, early is better.
yeah, we have plenty of time to figure it out. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor?
Well, other than the budget, which is big news for us in Summers Point, we have some other big news, and that is Bay Fest. That is happening this Saturday. Starts at 10 o'clock, ends at 5. And the committee's all excited. We have all the volunteers lined up. Steve Hornick, who is the chairman. Steve, raise your hand. There he is. Has done a fantastic job, and I want to thank him so much. It would really be a harder task without him, behind the wheel. And that's all I have for this meeting.
That's it.
It's a short one.
That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. It's always good to have short discussions.
Mr. Snyder?
Just two items. The first is Ocean Avenue is punch list items are all complete. So there'll be a resolution to close that out with the change order next meeting. We were under budget for that project. The other project is the Colic exit and Devon Road project. Final paving should be next week. We got a little bit delayed with some of the concrete repairs, but right now the plan is to do the final paving next week.
Good news.
Thank you.
Thank you. Committee reports. We have a quarterly report from Economic Development. I'm going to ask Chuck Westcott to come up and give us his news.
Good evening. You should all have a copy of the social media report. There's a lot of data in here, so we're just going to kind of focus on highlights. The good news is it's all good news. Our reach has extended. The number of people visiting our Facebook page has extended. There's some graphics, although they're a little difficult to read. The summary on the inside front cover really kind of sums it up. Our reach increased by 14%, which is higher than typical. Not astounding, but definitely higher. The visits rose by 37.6%, and actually there's some updated numbers. It's actually higher than that at this point. I got some fresh numbers from performance marketing. But again, the content is what drives it. If you post a lot of things and they really don't have a lot of interest to them, then people don't come back. But what we're getting out of, especially performance marketing, is we're getting great content. It's visually attractive, has good information, so it has value to the people visiting the page. So they're coming back. The growth in followers, 181.7%. Again, I talked to Glenn earlier today, and I said, I know this is new, and I know we're fairly new to Facebook, or at least the revision of this whole Facebook page, but that's still some pretty darn good numbers. A growth of almost 200%, which means we're engaging with the community. People are coming, they're coming back. They're telling their friends, they're sharing the page, and I know several of the city council have done the same, and we appreciate it. 369 new followers from January to April 1st. So we're approaching 10,000 followers, which compared to social media, when you see people with millions, that's not a whole lot, but considering we're not displaying the assets that most of those heavy hitters display. We're just promoting our town. So I'm very enthusiastic about what we've done and what we're going to continue to do. E-newsletter signups, we were, as of today, we're at 957 total emails. We're up 46 new signups this month, which is a growth of almost 20%. We expect that as we hit later into May, and we see a lot more of the second homeowners and the people that are down here routinely and all summer, we expect to see a significant bump. We're also going to take advantage of Bayfest. We'll take advantage of the beach concerts. There'll be signs at the beach concerts. There'll be people working the crowd with the QR code to sign up. We're really hoping to see that number jump by possibly 1,000 before midsummer, and that would be very exciting. The e-newsletter, which is our latest endeavor, we publish an e-newsletter 8 times a year. We go somewhat silent during the summer because of all the activity. That features a listing of all the events that occur in the city over the following month. It also lists and highlights with a graphic ad 3 of the businesses. We've now partnered with the SBBA to have them provide us some featured businesses to promote. Those are very attractive because they're graphic ads. They're not just a name or a print ad. So the open rate is 54.15%. Over 54% of the emails are getting open. The benchmark, the industry standard, is less than 35. So we're 58% above the average, the industry average for this. So that's significant. That's very significant. The click rate, which means they open the email and then they click on something in the email, which takes them to the calendar. The benchmark is 2.66%. We're at almost 25%. That's an astounding 830% above average. So even though we're new and we think that that's somewhat of the allure, people are not used to seeing this, we are still doing an exceptional job with our social media approach, our email approach, and all of it is to highlight not just Summers Point, but specific activities, pick out things that we think will draw people into town, come to town, spend time, spend money, tell their friends about it, spread the word. So the click rate is amazing. The bounce rate, which is bad email addresses, server problems, whatever, it's only or just over 1%. So it's a very small amount. So we're getting I would say a pretty good selection of good email addresses and good penetration. And our unsubscribe rate, people that have gotten it and unsubscribed, is less than 1%. So we really feel like we're getting great traction with everything we're doing. Performance marketing, I can't say enough about them. You forward something to them, within 4 hours there's a post up there, and the artwork is good, the content is good. There's no spelling issues. I mean, it's quality product. The other thing that we're involved in is we are beginning to meet and provide some discussion around the Vision Plan Master Plan. We have scheduled a special meeting for May 6th, which is Monday, May 6th at the Gateway. And the purpose of this meeting will be to specifically discuss content of the master plan. We have a very passionate group on our committee this year. A lot of people very interested in what that vision plan will say, and they are just chomping at the bit to contribute. So in addition to that, the SPBA is going to be doing some research and providing some questionnaires to their business membership. So we're very much looking forward to the next quarter, our participation in the vision plan, kicking off the summer season, maybe doubling our Facebook reach and our newsletter reach.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just wanted to add one more thing that through EDAC, we joined the Atlantic County Economic Alliance, and there's a program out there. It's a neighborhood preservation tax credit program that we've applied for and been approved for, and it has to be administrated through a nonprofit. The Atlantic County Economic Alliance has stepped up and agreed to do that for us. So we're putting together plans for that. We don't know how much it's going to be until we how much it's going to be, but we have been approved for that. So that's going to be great. We're going to be able to do a lot with that, with those funds. So that in itself was worth joining the alliance, along with the other help that they're giving us with many things. So, any other committee reports? Okay, hearing none. Could I have a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes from April 11th and the executive session meeting minutes from March 28th, 2024, approved as to content only? I have a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Any comments?
Hey, Council President, I'm going to recuse myself from the April 11th because I did not attend that meeting.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the minutes have been approved. We'll move on to ordinances. Ordinance number 10.
Ordinance number 10 of 2024, an ordinance enacted under the authority of NJSA 39:4-197, NJSA 39:4-197.6, NJSA 40:48-246, all of which grant the city the authority to regulate handicap parking within the city, amending Chapter 250, Vehicles and Traffic, Article 3, Handicap Parking, Section 250-50, Designations of spaces of the Summers Point Municipal Code.
May I have a motion to open for public comment on ordinance number 10, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment on ordinance number 10. If anyone wishes to speak? Could I have a motion to close?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed for public comment. Could I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 10?
I'll make that motion.
And a second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Do both there.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance number 10 is adopted. Ordinance number 11, please.
Ordinance number 11 of 2024, an ordinance enacted under the authority of NJSA 39:4-197, NJSA 39:4-197.6, and NJSA 39:4-197.7, granting the city the authority to establish restricted parking zones in front of a residence.
May I have a motion to open for public comment on ordinance number 11, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment on ordinance number 11.
Motion to close the public portion on ordinance 11.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed for public comment. Could I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 11, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance number 11 is adopted. Ordinance number 12.
Ordinance number 12 of 2024, an ordinance amending Chapter 242, Trees and Shrubs, by deleting current Articles 1, Protection, and 2, Visibility at Intersections, and replacing same with Article 1, Tree Removal and Replacement, and Article 2, Maintenance Requirements.
May I have a motion to introduce ordinance number 12, please?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This is the first reading, so second reading will be at the next meeting, and we'll open for public comment. Could I have a motion to open for public comment on resolutions only?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment on any of the resolutions. Motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed for public comment on resolutions. Resolution number 111, please.
Resolution number 111 of 2024, dedication by rider, credit card processing fee.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 111 is adopted. Number 112.
Resolution number 112 of 2024, Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month. Whereas the maltreatment, abuse, and neglect of children is a significant social problem that damages children physically, mentally, and emotionally and inflicts immeasurable harm on society as a whole, and all children deserve to be nurtured, protected, and free from physical or emotional harm. And whereas children who have been abused or neglected have a higher risk of developing various health problems as adults, including alcoholism, depression, drug use, eating disorders, obesity, suicide, and certain chronic diseases. And whereas child maltreatment occurs when people find themselves in stressful situations without community resources and don't know how to cope, and whereas all citizens should become involved in supporting families and raising their children in a safe and nurturing environment, and whereas effective child abuse prevention programs succeed because of partnerships created among state and local government agencies, schools, faith communities, civic organizations, law enforcement agencies, and the business community. And whereas child abuse and neglect have long-term economic and social costs, and whereas providing community-based prevention services to families whose children may be at risk of child abuse or neglect is less costly than addressing the emotional and physical damage that can result from child abuse and neglect. And whereas April is nationally recognized as Child Abuse Prevention Month, a time for our community to come together to celebrate the small actions each of us can take that make a big impact on the well-being of our children. And whereas all sectors of the community, including law enforcement, medical professionals, schools, courts, and media outlets, as well as numerous public and private agencies, have joined forces to promote public awareness and community involvement in strengthening families during the month of April and continuing throughout the year. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Summers Point supports the efforts to prevent child abuse and recognizes April as Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month in the City of Summers Point, and be it further resolved that City Council of the City of Summers Point call upon all citizens, community agencies, faith groups, medical facilities, youth programs, and businesses to increase their efforts to support families, thereby preventing child abuse and strengthening the community in which we live.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any comments?
Yeah, Council President, first of all, I'd like to thank Councilman McGuigan for recognizing this and bringing this resolution forward. Having two sons that are police officers and a daughter who works for the Division of Youth and Family Services, this whole situation with child abuse has become epidemic stage, and I'm glad that we're trying to bring forth this information to the public. And if someone sees something or suspects something, they should report it, because, like I said, it's at an epidemic situation right now in this country, and it's directly related to a lot of things, but that were mentioned in this resolution. Thank you.
All in favor?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I thank you for Mr. Dill for pointing that out. To me, I believe it's incumbent upon all of us to protect the most vulnerable among us, and that's our children. Whether they're your children or your neighbor's children or anybody's children, and as Mr. Dill pointed out, if you suspect that they're in harm's way or being abused, there are resources to report that. And if you're heading in the wrong direction and you have a situation in your home or a situation in your family's homes or anything, there are, again, there's resources out there, whether it's for addiction situations or mental health situations or just plain stress. Abusing children should not be allowed. And I think as elected officials, we're even more incumbent upon us to react when we suspect or see something like that. And hopefully this, just having this little resolution here, just increases awareness. Thank you.
To be proactive, I like that, Sean. I appreciate coming forward with this, as well as Howard. I'm all for it. See something, say something. You know, I'm not going to turn and look away. You know, just hit it dead on and notify the authorities, whatever we got to do. So, thanks.
Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we all agree. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 112 is adopted. Number 113,
Resolution number 113 of 2024, authorizing an amendment to the shared services agreement with the Township of Galloway for the purposes of sharing tax assessor services.
may I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Any comments?
Yeah, Council President, a lot of people say when we talk about taxes, shared services and things of that nature, and this is just one of many shared services we have with Galloway Township and other municipalities in the county. And I think that it's a great thing, and I think we have the Galloway Township has made a wise decision in selecting the person they did as far as hiring is concerned. They are very, very qualified, and I'm very comfortable with sharing this service with Galloway Township with the staff that they have. Thank you.
I agree 100%, Mr. Dill. This one has worked out well for us and has saved us quite a bit of money, so.
Madam President, if I may.
Yes.
And I will, Sean Gaskell, who was the tax assessor leaving us, was quite an asset to this community and always a very positive interaction with him. And I'm sure that Ms. Dow will be an excellent replacement. We look forward to continuing to work and have an excellent tax assessing situation. Thank you.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 113 is adopted. Number 114,
Resolution number 114 of 2024, authorizing executive session, advice of counsel regarding the status of litigation, any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiation in which the public body is or may become a party, any matters falling within the attorney-client privilege to the extent that confidentiality is required for the attorney to exercise his ethical duties as a lawyer. The nature of the matters to be discussed, described as fully as possible without undermining the need for confidentiality, advice of counsel and attorney-client communication regarding the status of tax court litigation involving the city and entitled HPT, IG, IHG, 2 Property Trust versus City of Summers Point, having docket numbers 010711-2018, 002101-2019, 003548-2020, and 003141-2021, and Sonesta Suites versus City of Summers Point, having docket numbers of 004442-2022 and 002590-23.
may I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 114 is adopted. Number 115, please.
Resolution number 115 of 2024, authorizing executive session, advice of counsel regarding the status of litigation, any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiation in which the public body is or may become a party, any matters falling within the attorney-client privilege to the extent that confidentiality is required for the attorney to exercise his ethical duties as a lawyer, the nature of the matters to be discussed described as fully as possible without undermining the need for confidentiality, advice of counsel and attorney-client privilege communication regarding the status of litigation involving the city's planning board entitled GMH Restaurant Holdings LLC versus the City of Summers Point and Power Sports Holding LLC, having a docket number of ATL-C-16-24.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution number 115 is adopted. In the interest of everyone's time, we'll be going into executive session at the end of the meeting. Anyone have any old business to discuss? Hearing none. Under new business, we need a social affairs permit for the American Legion Post 352 for an event on July 20th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Assuming all their paperwork is in?
Yes, I'm still pending approval from the chief of police, though.
So everyone's okay with this contingent on the chief's approval?
Yes.
Thank you. Any other new business to discuss? Okay, hearing none. Discussion of the bills, Mr. Frost.
Sure, this evening we have a record of payments dated April 23rd in the amount of $59,598.95. And we have a bill list in the amount of $2,649,940.98.
I have a different one. I don't know, please do that. Unless it's wrong. That was in my packet.
That's the one that I remember. Is that the one?
Was that an old one?
No. We have Charlie's. Yeah. That one's pending, Charlie's with Kelsey.
But we need to do that tonight, too?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not on.
Okay.
Good catch. Okay, we also need approval of extension of premises, application for Charlie's Bar for an event on June 2nd from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And this is also contingent on the approval from the chief of police.
Yes.
Everyone's good with this?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
No, no.
I didn't have the other one on.
No, you don't have the other one.
I don't have the other one on
I
either.
just said Charlie's.
You have Charlie?
Yeah, I just have the Charlie's.
Oh.
Choices of bird.
At least you're paying attention, that's good.
I do something, not much.
Okay, could I have a motion to open for public comment, please?
I'll make that motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open for public comment. Please state your name for the record.
Good evening. My name is Ellen Hyatt. I live at 740-744 Shore Road, right across the street from the Summers Point Historical Society. I'm here tonight to ask City Council to provide some relief from a recent denial of my request for parking permit stickers for parking on Higbee Avenue. A bit of background here. Over the many years that my family has lived at that property, we've always used the municipal lots for our overflow parking. We have 4 cars presently, 2 parking spaces in our driveway. Recently, our use of the municipal lot that's closest to us has become difficult because it's all designated parking for the building office and the Historical Society, and we've been met with a bit of consternation over, our parking there. We only try to park at night, but it still creates a bit of a problem depending on how soon we get out in the morning. The real problem is not the parking on this side of Shore Road. The real problem is the traffic on Shore Road. Over the last several years, it has become so dangerous to try to cross Shore Road, despite the existence of crosswalks, which I'm sure everybody realizes most people don't stop for the crosswalks at this point. And I know that there's plans in place to have one of those things installed where you press the button. Hopefully that will make a difference. But what I'm really trying to avoid is the 2 near misses on my sister's life last summer is what prompted me to request parking on Higbee Avenue. It's just so hard to get enough clearance. Sometimes you stand there and you wait for 4 to 6 cycles of the New York Avenue light for the southbound lane to clear, and then you're complicated by people who are turning left off of Higbee Avenue or turning right and left off of New Jersey Avenue to go in either direction, and you just can't get across the street without taking your life into your own hands. We're not getting any younger, and I'd like to make sure we actually do get older. I realize that you're supposed to live on Higbee Avenue in order to get a parking permit, but I just think that the parking committee feels that that's granting my request is setting a precedent, but I respectfully would like to disagree with that. In the 2 to 3 block area that is affected by this traffic issue, people on the west side by Center Street get to parking for their properties. People on the east side all have parking lots beside or behind their properties, except us. that makes it a rather unique situation, and I really would like some consideration for not setting a precedent, but just granting the request for us to have a safe way to get to our house on the side of the street that we live on. We try to use Charlie's, we try to use New Jersey Avenue as much as we can, but with Charlie's and now the new pizza place opening up, who has any idea whether that will continue to be a viable solution? All I really want is to be able to get to my house without getting run over. I respectfully thank you for your time, and hoping in advance that I'll be thanking you for your consideration. And I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Anyone have any questions?
No, I think you were very thorough in your concerns, and I think that the parking committee should at least take a look at it a second time and see how they feel again. If the parking committee still feels that way, of course, as a councilman, I would support it. I like to support the committees, but I think that it should be at least to have a second look.
Okay. We can.
Madam President, this is a clear case of someone's life really being in danger crossing the street, and we should really focus on doing something here, because until something happens, like someone gets hit, then the action will take place. And here we're provided with a lot of information up front on what could happen, and she did a great job presenting it and giving us all this information. I think that this is a situation that we should change. That's just my opinion here.
Madam President,
Yes, Mr. McGuigan.
I don't know if I'm going to actually say this. I agree with Mr. McCary.
Wow. Everyone? We get a clap on that one?
There is a first.
There, that will be a first.
We'll have the parking committee meet.
Yeah, if I could just say something, I do think it's a very unique situation, and I did look at that. It's, I don't think that we had that situation, you had that situation prior to actually this city council making New York Avenue, making Gibbs, and making Higbee a residential-only parking. And we did that to accommodate those residents because of the employees from the hospital parking all the way over there. We might have caused this situation. Hopefully the parking committee will take a look at this and reconsider and find in favor of granting additional parking for you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Motion to close?
I'll make that motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you want to speak, sir?
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
David Kissick. I live on 21 West Maryland Avenue between Shore Road and Bethel. And lately, as Steve attest to, my road's become a highway. So I know they put stop signs on Groveland to keep people from using the little cutoff from between Shore and Bethel. So now all the traffic's coming down Maryland Avenue. And, people ignore those Abbey Roads like crazy. I'm just thinking of either maybe a couple stop signs like they have on Groveland, or I don't know if anyone been at the Atlantic City airport lately. They have those plastic things, not speed bumps, but just enough to slow you down. So, because all the people in Longport, Target, it's just gets out of hand. I don't know what to say. I don't know how the process is. Is there something I can?
So just to clarify, you live on Maryland Avenue?
Yes, Fernando and I.
Okay, and it's, I spoke to.
Right, Fernando.
Amanda. Yes, I did, okay.
Okay, and all my neighbors, I told them if they want to get a petition together and have, I don't know if we want to get Seth involved.
No, I did speak.
Why would you want to torture yourself?
Hey, what are you going to do?
I did speak to your neighbor, and I also spoke to the chief about it, and I actually just reached out to him yesterday, and he's looking into finding out what we can do.
Okay, even if you take one of those old police cars that are sitting out there for the last 2 years and put one of them on the bike path down Shore Road. That always slows people down. I mean, they're just sitting there, you're not selling them or anything. What, am I wrong?
Sir, for clarification, you're concerned about the speed on Maryland Avenue?
Yes, sir.
Between Bethel Road and Shore Road?
Yes.
Okay, and you're requesting some type of a stop sign on Maryland Avenue to try to slow the traffic down? If possible?
Right, even signs. I mean, I walked down here from the bike path today, and you got between New York and here, there's 5 no electric motor signs on the bike path.
Right.
And I don't know, are e-bikes that don't, electric motors not a motor? Am I the only person that thinks this?
That's too different.
That's a whole.
I understand, well, there's a lot of issues.
So, but you pointed out earlier in your presentation was that there's a 4-way stop at Groveland and the bike path. Should we investigate and put a 4-way stop at Maryland in the bike path?
Well, I think that's a little too much, actually.
Well, that I think that should be investigated, but my first blush was like you, that might not work right there. That would create a traffic. Well, there's another reason for not having those.
Anyway, that's my story.
Yeah.
Thank you. We
Want to say something?
We did,
All right, thank you. God bless you, man. What a job.
Thank you.
Council President, you said you talked to the chief about?
I did, yeah,
Okay. I'm sure he'll come back to the Public Safety Committee with a
with a
recommendation?
solution, yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Motion to close the public
Motion to
portion?
close? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed for public comment. Could I have a motion to pay the bills, please?
So moved.
Could I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It was tough, but you can pay the bills. Any further comments from the governing body?
Yeah, Council President, just quickly, I'd like to thank EDAC for their efforts. Okay, they've really done a bang-up job over at least the last couple of years, and I think performance marketing is doing what we intended them to do, and I want to thank both EDAC and performance marketing for their efforts. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take a 5-minute recess. We'll go into executive session. I don't believe we're going to be taking any action after executive session, but you are more than welcome to wait out in the hallway if you prefer.
Thank you, Howard, for the comments.
Tom, nothing changed from what you sent us. Nothing changed from what you sent us the other day.
Have it done. It's Callahan. There's staff that they have.
But I mean, as
He's leaving office. It's just totally overworked. It's a shame. It really is.
My wife daycare for the school programs. How many kids does she have to report? How many person is in? She says, really, that was 5 years ago.
I think part of it is also the fact that children have respect for parents. They mouth back at the kid, and next thing you know, and then they'll threaten, I'll go back to school. Okay, or they'll get another relative, and they have to do it, there's an obligation to do it best. I don't know what the percentages are, but it's well over 50% that are true. Okay, so, and some partners, really horrifying. My wife doesn't, my daughter doesn't mention names, it's confidential, but she'll
Can't
go to their house, and I just can't believe it.
You're not, well, number one, you can't put a, they have to put a speed bump on
That's
any
domestic.
road tied to the county or state highway. So they're not gonna- so no matter what, we can't do that anymore.
That's gotta be something to look at in that situation. You never know where that's coming from.
No, you don't.
Sometimes you get that police officer, the person that becomes the target.
And I know that the policy here in town
I
is
talked to
that you call for domestic,
and Jason, I guess,
send two police officers. Separate, and get stories from each one separately. Keep it apart, and get together and figure out what.
yeah, and I have had some complaints, the speed traps out, I've had to, and it wasn't nothing over like that fastest might have been like 42.
Now, we looked at that a couple years
It's a
ago.
little long-winded to
But he has, you know, I mean, we have the signs, we're able to do it, so, and then.
The Eagles don't pick till like 11 o'clock, so.
We'll have that discussion in council.
So you're putting up speed limit signs?
Yeah, just 25 mile an hour, regular speed limit sign. We're just putting a couple
Thank you.
along Jefferson, you know, number one, like I said, I've got complaints. We did put out the speed trap, and registers, and I got some numbers there. Nothing crazy, but still, you know. It's funny how the residents stand out there and a car goes flying by, you know, right at the chat.
And I know what they are. When I
God,
was
how
the
fast it's going,
business
but
administrator, the acting
they're really not going.
administrator in Edison, our meetings
So, and the chief actually said that, don't be surprised if the numbers are a lot
10,
lower.
11 o'clock.
But
Sometimes even
really, since
later.
all these are going to go there,
Crazy.
When I went on the school, I used to
do a little preemptive.
executive
See you later, thanks.
in the middle of the year.
Thanks, man.
You know, we do something preemptive, and that way. Well, that's what we do. But it's not going to keep people that don't on my side of town. So, yeah, that's really where it's at.
What you theoretically do is put a time limit on the board.
Looked at that, and
They only have so much time to
And you kept everything focused, and you stayed to what you were really there.
I wouldn't make it one way because you're going to mess up the residents there. What if, I mean, if you put some signs out there that looks as if we're being, you know, proactive, and the signs plus nothing, it doesn't hurt, it's easy for them.
Because city clerk
It's just an easy way.
look back sometimes. Resolution, public can speak.
GMH, Holloway property has now commenced another lawsuit against the city of Summer Point and the Waterfront Marina. The first one arose from the Rob writ application to the court saying that
We're not still recording, are we?
Oh, wait.
That's okay, I didn't go back too far. Nobody heard coming. Sorry, I
Never speaks into the
You
microphone,
sneak
so-
out, Lucy.
I should have.
No, but I'm seeing the graph go up and down.